this area. I'm interested to do research in this area. I would like to go for research in that area. But you know, my dear friends, the most important thing is how you're going to collect the data. So the selection of method for data collection plays a very, very important role. Now, how it plays very, very important role. You know, when you are going to plan some research, there are few objectives, there are some objectives, and there are few research gaps also. So when you are going to select a good method for data collection, it helps you to, address those research gaps. It helps you to achieve those objectives which you have planned for your research. Now, there are basically two types of data. One is primary data and second one is secondary data. See, primary data means I have conducted the research, so I have collected the data, right? So data is available in my hand and I have collected the data in many ways. I can go for observation technique. I can conduct interview sessions for collecting the data. So that data is very relevant data and that is specific to your research topic only, right? But yes, when we talk about a secondary data means like when you have completed your researches, you have published your research articles in journals, right? Anyone can go through your research and they have collected those researches. That is secondary data, right? Like you people do your review of literature. So that is what? That is secondary data which you have collected through journals, through databases, through Web of Sciences. So that is secondary data. Now, see, there are some criterias, or I can say that how you're going to select what type of method for data collection is best for me, right? Now, you have framed one research statement. The most important thing is what are your research objectives, right? What are your research aims? What are your, research gaps? So that matters. Second one is nature, your nature of data, your research design. What type of research you want to go for quasi-experimental study, whether you want to go for pre-experimental study, whether you want to go for descriptive study. So what type of study you want to go for, right? So by considering that, by keeping all these things in mind, you have to go for data collection method. Now, another thing is, what are the resources available? For example, I would like to share one example with you. For example, I would like to go for researches for those patients who are attending the diabetic clinic, right? See, diabetic clinic means patients are coming, came for the follow-up. They came, they get their medications and they go back to their home. Then after 7 days, after 10 days, they came back for the follow-up visit, right? So whenever you're going to select any research topic, you have to keep all these things in mind. Like what are the resources available with me? On the basis of that, you have to select your data collection method. Another thing is your sampling strategies. Now, what type of sample technique I have to follow? Shall I go for convenient sampling technique? Shall I go for this multi-stage sampling technique? Shall I go for snowball sampling technique? So what type of sampling technique shall I follow so that I can achieve my research objectives? So these things also matters when you are going to select your method of data collection, right? The most important thing, ethical consideration. See, I have framed the research topic. I have framed my statement. Is there any requirement to go for IC certificate? If it's there, in that case also, you have to think twice before selecting your data collection methodology. Another thing, is there any study available related to my topic? Shall I go for another topic for that? For example, uh, in my master's, I have conducted one research on ASHA workers. So ASHAs were the new concept at that time. So the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, they have introduced ASHA workers at that time only. There were hardly any research conducted on ASHA workers by the any clinicians. any persons who worked in this public health sector or preventive and social medicine. So I have received only a few data related to my research, right? So whenever you go for these type of researches where the data collection is less, or we can say that where the existing data of your study is more, in that case also you have to think twice before selecting your data collection method. Another thing, are my studies implemented? Shall I implement this study further? So practical consideration also matters when you think about your method of data collection. Now, these are the classifications of data collection methods. So we'll discuss one by one. Now, the first one is interview schedule. This is the convenient method. I can say that most of the researchers follows interview schedule, right? See, basically what is interview? Interview means when two or more people, they have a discussion on a particular topic. For example, I would like to collect information regarding the post effects of COVID, right? So what I will do, I will try to find out, I will try to select those samples who are already recovered from COVID, right? So that means you are having a purposeful discussion. You two are having a discussion. Interview is there. So you two or more people are having interaction on that particular topic. That is interview. Why this interview schedule? I can say that this is the best method because this is reliable also, right? You are going to collect the data directly from the source, right? So that is why it is the best method to collect the data. The most important thing, see, when you are going to collect the data through interview schedule, right? So when you are going to plan face-to-face interview, definitely you can read the body language of the individual also. So when you read the body language of the individual, you can easily assess whether the data shared by this this individual is trustworthy or not. Now, see, there are many types of interviews. We have structured interviews also, we have unstructured interviews also, we have semi-structured interviews also, in-depth interviews, and telephonic interviews also. Now, what is this structured interviews? Kanchan ma'am, slides are moving. Poonam ma'am, slides are moving.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is
Okay,
moving.
okay,
Structured
okay.
interview, it is
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yes, on
See,
screen.
when we talk about a structured interview means interviewer is having some set of predetermined questions, right? You are having some set of questions with you, and you are going to ask these questions from the interview or from the individual, right? Now, the structured interview basically will ask a closed-ended questions. Now, what is this closed-ended questions? Closed-ended questions means you are having some questions. I would like to ask, suppose I am asking to you people, are you feeling sleepy in my this session? Yes or no? So I have given only two options to you. Either you can say yes or either you can say no, right? So this is what? This is closed-ended questions. Or if you're going to frame some multiple choice questions, that is also, are you feeling sleepy? Yes. Are you feeling sleepy? No. Are you okay? Yes, I am okay with the session. So that means this is closed-ended questions when you are having this much options for the individual, for the candidate. Second thing, the individual, they are not allowed to share their ideas, they are not allowed to share their opinions on that particular topic. So this is structured interview only, right? Now, when we talk about unstructured interview, this is also known as life history interview. Why this is known as life history interview? Because there is no as such predetermined questions. We don't have any pre set of predetermined questions. We give opportunity to the individual, we give opportunity to the interview to speak on that topic, to share their views, their ideas on that particular topic. So that means you are giving open-ended questions will be framed under unstructured interviews. For example, if I will ask anybody, anyone, any person, anyone from this, from any person from the session is like, have you had your lunch? So, what you had in your lunch? So when I will say, when I am saying what you had in your lunch, that means I am giving you the opportunity to speak, to share what you had in your lunch. I had chapati, I had rice. I don't like my food. So what I will do, I will take food from my neighbors and all. So you are having a lot of freedom to talk, to discuss on that particular topic, right? For example, I would like to share one example here with you. I am actually a consultant in many of the adolescent clinics in ministry. So whenever I went for the counseling sessions in the adolescent clinics, so I usually ask open-ended questions from the adolescents. uh, I think last month only when I visited one adolescent clinic. So one of the adolescent is there, and he never speaks anything to anybody. So I asked him, why you are why you don't want to share anything with us? You don't want to discuss anything with us. You just came, sat here, and then go back to your home. What happened to you? Anything you want to share with me? Anything you want to discuss with us? Then he said, yes, I want to discuss with you, but I can you ask questions to me related to my academic field and all. I said, okay, I will ask some questions to you related to your academic and all. Then I started asking questions related to how's your study going on, who is your partner, okay, then who's your favorite teacher. Then he shows so much interest in that, and he shared a lot of things regarding his academic experience, regarding his teachers, regarding his class fellows, regarding his notes and all. He shared his each and every copy to me. He has shared even Hindi copy, English copy. Ma'am, see, look at my writing, look at my marks which I have received from my test and all. See, he has shared everything to me. So this is what? This is unstructured interview only. When you have planned the interview, you have given open-ended questions. You have framed open-ended questions for the person, so that that person gets chance to share his or her ideas on that particular event. Now, when we talk about semi-structured interview means we have some set of predetermined questions also, and we have some open-ended questions also, right? So that means we have framed some open-ended questions and closed-ended questions also, so that we can get some reliable and valid information on that particular topic. Now, we have telephonic interviews also. See, sometimes we are not able, or we can say that it's not possible to gather all individual, all people at one place. So what we can do, we can connect them on phone. We can carry out the interviews on phone, so that we can collect more and more information through phone only. Now, there are few steps I think everybody has to follow, few steps when we are going to plan some interview sessions. The most important thing is pre-interview introduction. Pre-interview introduction means what? Pre-interview introduction means you have to uh, frame some questions for that, right? Or we can say that you have to take care of the things like the environment has to be planned accordingly. Confidentiality has to be planned whenever you're planning interview sessions. You have to be ready with some set of predetermined questions, some open-ended questions also, some closed-ended questions also, right? So you have to prepare yourself for the interview. Then you have to maintain rapport with that particular individual. None of the person will share even a single word with you if you're not able to develop a rapport with the individual. I'm telling you, it's very, very difficult to develop rapport with the adolescents. Nowadays, adolescents in adolescents clinic, they never speak anything, they never share anything. But when you are, go and interact with them, if you are regular visitor of that particular adolescent clinic, then definitely they start sharing their views, their ideas, their opinions on that particular topic. So it's very, very important you have to develop rapport if you are going to plan some interview sessions for the individual for your particular research. Now, when you develop the rapport, then start your interview schedule, start your interview as you have planned earlier, record your interview, then close the interview. But make sure whenever you are going to record the interviews, please inform your interview that I'm going to record the interview and the recording is done for this purpose only. And the anonymity is maintained. I'm not going to share your, reveal your identity or share your things with anyone else. Now, there are few, I can say that yes, there are many advantages of interview. You know why? Because you can ask more and more questions to the individual, right? You can ask, the individual, the interviews, if you ask open-ended questions to them, the individuals, the interview, they will share each and everything with you. Then you have ample data for the analysis things. Another thing, you can record the interviews also, so you have recording with you. You can analyze the data in a very better way. I think I can say that the ambiguity will not be there, and the analysis will be excellent when you plan some open-ended sessions for the individuals. Now, yes, there are some disadvantages also. It's very time consuming. Yes, very time consuming, and sometimes it's chances of interview bias also. Why bias? Because see, if I'm not able to get more information from the individual, what I will do, I will connect to my friend, please go and take interview for from that particular person. He is not able to share anything with me. Then the person, the interview may think that my they are not able to maintain my confidentiality, and they are exposing me to everybody, so I'm not going to share anything with anybody, right? So you will not able to get any reliable data from the interview. So this is the biggest disadvantage of interview. Now, the second method of data collection, I can say, is observation. I think we all are academicians, we all are teachers in nursing organizations. We usually follow the observation methods. Now, observation means what? What observation means, when we notice to watch anybody's actions. We all are doing, right? When we are accompany the students in clinical areas, am I right? So when we are accompany the students in clinical areas, we try to observe them directly or indirectly. I have given this demonstration to them. Are they able to done it in a proper way or not? Are they able to follow the all steps which was shared by me during the demonstration or not, right? There are few types of observation. First one is uh, participant observation. Second one is non-participant observation. Third one is structured observation. And fourth one is unstructured observation. Now, what is participant observation? Participant observation means when observer, he or she, he himself become a part of that particular team. He's participating in that particular team, and he's observing the actions of everybody. That is participant observation, right? Second one is non-participant. Non-participant means he or she is not a part of that particular team, but he is observing the individual, whether they are, he or she is observing that individuals of that particular team, their actions, their reactions, what they are doing, what they are not doing. That is non-participant observation. But the team members, they don't know that somebody is observing them at the back, right? Now, next one is structured observation. Structured observation means what? Structured means you communicated to your team members, to your students, as everyone is doing actually in the clinical areas. Today, you have to give demonstration on this topic. So I'm going to observe all these steps in your read demonstration, right? So this is what? This is structured observation, right? Next is unstructured observation. Unstructured observation means you went to the hospital, you are accompanying the student. Student doesn't know whether you came for the re-demonstration and all. You directly convey to them, I'm coming to your wards. You please set your tray for the vital signs. You set your tray for oral care. Set your tray for this hair care or whatever it is. I'm going to check. I'm going to check you. I'm going to observe you. I'm going to see whether you are going to follow those steps or not. This is what? This is unstructured observation. Now, when we talk about unstructured observation, or we can say that structured observation, the Hawthorne effect is very, very common. I can say that. What is Hawthorne effect? Hawthorne effect means I think everybody has observed that. You know why? Because when somebody is watching us, so somehow we were conscious. Oh my God, madam is watching me. If I am wrong, I am doing something wrong, she will definitely scold me like anything, right? So that is what, that is Hawthorne effect. So when I think this happens with everybody, because when we visit the hospital, we accompany the students in hospital. So you tell them, I'm going to check you. I'm going to check when you're taking vital signs. You please set your tray for vital signs, and you please give me re-demonstration for this procedure, for that procedure. So somehow students will become conscious. Oh my God, ma'am is going to check me. If I did something wrong, she scold me like anything, right? So this is what, this is Hawthorne effect. Now, there are advantages of observation also. The advantages, yes, if you can collect the data then and there only, and you can directly notice the person. You know, sometimes students convey us, ma'am, I have done re-demonstration of vital signs number of times. But when you go and observe them, they are not able to perform even a hand washing, steps of hand washing properly, right? So this is the advantage of observation. You go and check them, observe them, whether they are doing it or not. Disadvantages, yes, it's very time consuming. You have to be with the students, you have to be there with the individuals, with your group, so that you can able to collect the data. Now, next I can say is group focus group discussion, FGD. I think many of the individuals, when we are conducting lectures on HIV patients, on tuberculosis patients, or I can say that in public health sector, we usually follows this focus group discussion methodology. You know why? Because you can connect more individuals at one point of time. You have a reliable data with you, and you can try to discuss on a specific topic with everybody. So that is the best part of focus group discussion, I can say that. Second thing is, in focus group discussion, I can say that moderator plays very, very important role. Moderator, or you can say that facilitator. Why? Because he or she is the only person who can initiate the interview, who can initiate the, sorry, discussion part. I would say that discussion. So moderator has to be there, so that the discussion has to be initiated within the group, right? Now, what are the advantages of that? This technique is socially oriented research. Why? Because we can take 8 to 12 people in a group. We can start discussion on a simple topic only. How is your environment? Why people are suffering from malaria in your areas? What is the reason behind that? So each and every person get opportunity to speak and share their views, their ideas, their opinions on that particular topic. Second, the most important thing in focus group discussion, people are actually, when you go for focus group discussion, people actually share their real experiences with you. For example, I will share one example with you. Last month, I have conducted one research on this gender inequality. So I have taken two groups actually. One group I have taken from this rural community. 50 females were there. One group I have taken 50 females of urban and rural both. Urban and rural both. Now, see, the females who are in this rural areas, they have shared their actual experiences. We saw a lot of movies. A baby girl were born, and we are going. We the family members, they are not ready to accept the female child. They said we'll throw her on the road, or they are sending them with anybody. Whatever we have seen in movies. the real scenario, the real picture was shared with me by those females who are residing in the rural areas. They told me, one of the females, she told me, she cried like anything. Ma'am, my six, I have, I have given birth to six female child, and I don't know where are they. When I asked my husband, where is my child? Then directly he said on my face, it's a girl child. Don't ask me anything. So sometime when you go for focus group discussions, the group members, females or male, whosoever it is, they actually shares a real stories, real scenarios with you. One study I have conducted 3 months back, that too with geriatric populations. Like that study is on how their family members behave with them, what is their health condition. So many variables I have added in that. So I have taken 50, geriatric members, females and male both. 40 were females, 30 were males, and I can't tell you, it's a myth in our in India that females are more talkative. See, when I have conducted focus group discussion for that geriatric population, I can't tell you, males are more talkative, and they have shared a lot of their experiences with me. My kids are doing like that. They are not giving me food properly. They're having lot of complaints, a lot of complaints. So I can say that focus group discussion is a very good method when you want to collect actual history, actual data from the population. Second thing, it is a flexible method also. Flexible means, see, you can plan it at any time, right? Morning, as per the availability of your sample, right? Another thing, it's low in cost. Nothing is required. You need a good space. You need a comfortable environment, right? You need just a sip of water. That's it. But yes, a disadvantage is sometimes you are not able to control the individuals. You are not able to control the group. The moderator is there, still facilitator is there, but somehow the talk, or we can say that the discussion goes in a wrong way. So it's very difficult to give a right track to the discussion. Second thing, the moderator facilitator plays a very, very important role, and the person should require a special skill. If you don't have special skill, if you don't know how to manage with 8 or 12 people, you are not able to get the reliable data. It's very difficult for you to analyze the data also. Now, yes, it is, there is some difference between, I can say that, focus and regular group discussion. What is the difference? In regular group discussion, we sit, we chit chat, right? We are not specific to a particular topic. But when we talk about focus group discussion, we are restricted on a particular topic. I am here to discuss with you regarding COVID, so I'll discuss with you regarding COVID. I'm here to discuss with you regarding the issues faced by the geriatric population in family. So I will discuss only that part. I am here to discuss with you how the how your academic, this, or can say, your academic sessions are going on. So I'll discuss only regarding your academic part. I'm not going to discuss regarding your personal issues and all, right? So this comes under focus group discussion. Another thing, you are encouraged each in focus group discussion, each and every member get the chance to speak. You encourage, as a moderator, as a facilitator, basically you encourage each and every person to speak. You share your ideas. You share your ideas. Please tell me, what is your experience? How's your kids behaving with you? How's your health? So everybody get the chance to speak. But in regular group discussion, few member will speak, few member will sit and they will listen, like that. So why this group, focus group used? It's very common. Everybody get the chance to speak. That's why we prefer to go for focus group discussion, and everybody get the chance to share their feelings, their experiences with us. That's why it is very important to plan focus group discussion. Second thing, we'll get in-depth data related to that particular topic, related to that particular event. So that is why I can say that focus group discussion plays very, very important role. Now, how you're going to conduct a focus group? See, this is very important. The most important thing, define the purpose. Define the purpose means you have your research statement, you have your research, or this, I can say that actually there is some issue in light. Okay. Am I audible? My net
Yes,
is
ma'am.
working.
You are
Okay, okay.
audible and slides are visible
Okay,
too.
okay. See, the most important thing is, see, you have your research statement, you have objectives with you, and the most important thing is, as a researcher, it is very important to achieve those objectives. So you have to define the purpose. Why I am going to conduct this focus group discussion? This is the purpose of my this discussion thing, and the same thing has to be conveyed to the group members, to your participants. Another thing, select the participants and the leader. Make sure the participants has to be selected. The participant, the individual, if you are going to select, that has to be related to your topic only, related to your research background only. For example, see, I have planned, I'm going to conduct research on geriatric population. So my participant was geriatric population only, that too falls between 60 to 70 years, right? If I am going to take adults in my discussion part, there is no sense of getting the information related to that, right? So you have to be careful while selecting your participants in that group, right? Another thing, maintain the atmosphere, manage the atmosphere, means be selective in your area, right? Be selective in your environment. Give a comfortable environment to your group members, safe and comfortable environment, healthy environment, so that they can enjoy your discussion. Another thing, frame your questions. What type of questions you want to ask them? Avoid asking sensitive questions, right? If you want to ask sensitive questions, in that case, separate face-to-face interview schedule is best, right? But try to avoid sensitive questions when you are in a group, right? Another thing, conduct your session. After completing your session, analyze the result. So this is the way how you're going to conduct the focus group discussion. Now, another method is questionnaire method. See, this is, I think every researcher has used this method, questionnaire method, right? So we have two types of questionnaires. We have closed-ended questions, we have open-ended questions, and this is the way to collect the data. And you know, during COVID period also, we have conducted many researches, and many of the people, I think, me too, I have also conducted many researches. I have framed many questionnaires, yes, no, but even multiple choice questions also, and that too on the Google form, right? So this is the way we frame questionnaires, and there are few advantages and disadvantages also. It's very easy to frame the questions, right? It's economical also, right? And this is a very good method if you want to collect the data for the sensitive issue. For example, last, I think 6 months back or 7 months back, I have conducted one research on this, what we can say, I forgot actually, female feticide. Female feticide. My data is only female feticide only. And I can't tell you, few members, I think I have visited around 150 families in public health sector, around I think 50 families only. They have shared their data with me. So if you really want to collect data for the sensitive issues, this is the best method to collect the data. That is questionnaire method. Another thing, disadvantages. See, uh, you will get, definitely there is a, I can say that 80% chances you will get incomplete information. See, few questions I know that, few questions I don't know. So what I will do, I will leave it. Why shall I fill that? मुझे तो आते ही नहीं है, तो मैं भरूंगी नहीं. I'm telling you, 3 months back, I have conducted one research on endometriosis, that too on adolescent girls. And I have followed a I have done quasi experimental study. So I have planned teaching method for them. I have given some pre-test questions to them and post-test too. Right now, When I went for the pre-test questions, around I think 200 adolescent girls were there in that government school. Aravali school is there in Gurgaon. I went there actually. So only I can say that 60% girls, they said, ma'am, I don't know what is this endometriosis, but yes, we know the basic knowledge of this ovary and all. So shall I fill all these questions only? Rest of the things we have no idea. What is endometriosis? What is this? What are the signs and symptoms? Even we don't know what is this type of pain. We doesn't know regarding that. So the disadvantage of questionnaire is the more chances of getting incomplete information related to that particular topic. Second thing, see, if I doesn't know, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है, तो what I will do, I will ask from my friend, तुझे पता है इसका आंसर क्या है? Please tell me. I will also tick mark on that, right? So definitely I will take from my friend. I will take from friend who is sitting at my bag also. Please tell me what is the answer of this question. So this is the biggest disadvantage. I can say that. But yes, there are few guidelines when you're going to design these questionnaires. The most important thing, you have to think twice. What is the objective of my study? What are the research gaps? I have to address those research gaps. Second thing, who will be my sample? Shall I frame according to their education level? Shall I frame in English? Shall I frame this question in Tamil language? Can I go ahead with Hindi language? So you have to check what is the education status, what is the what is the mother language of your participant. Another thing, whenever you're going to frame the questions, make sure your instructions should be clear, right? Clarity should be there in your questions. Clarity should be there in your instructions. Avoid avoid double barreled questions, right? And second thing, the most important thing I can say that sequence of questions should be there. For example, when I went for data collection related to endometriosis, so how actually I have framed my questions like that. First, my section A is related to introduction. Second, B is related to the sign and symptom. Then second part, section C or part C is related to treatment for that, right? So sequence has to be followed so that the person whosoever is a part of your study, he or she can able to understand, अच्छा part A में ऐसे है, part B is related to this, अच्छा part C is related to this, right? The sequence has to be maintained. Another thing, try to follow the similar way. The framing of questions should be similar. Framing means go for yes or no. For example, section A is related to yes or no. That's it. Section B is related to true or false. I'm giving you one example. Section C is related to multiple choice only. So response options has to be given to the students. Response options has to be given to the participants so that they can clearly understand these questions are true or false. These questions are yes or no. This questions is multiple choice questions. That's it. Another thing, whenever you are going to frame some questions, before jumping to the actual study, try to plan pilot study so that you can able to assess whether these questions are feasible or not, whether I'm going to, I'm able to collect the data based on these questions or not, right? So that is why these are, I can say that these are the guidelines when you're designing or framing the questionnaires for your research. The most important thing, try to avoid none of the above and all the above questions. Now, yes, another method is attitude scale. I think everybody knows Likert scale, right? So attitude scale, I can say that this is a tool which is used by many of the researchers so that we can measure the individual's attitudes, their opinions, their feelings towards a particular subject or towards a particular event, right? So this is, I think, a Likert scale is used by many of us, many of us. Now, another method is checklist. Yes, checklist is used when you are going to monitor some specific skills. And this is a very simple tool, I can say that. Why this is a simple tool? Because this is easy to construct. You can use this checklist for self-evaluation also. Second thing, if you want to collect the data, large data, this is the easiest way to collect the data. This is easiest, I can say that, method to collect the data. And this is also helpful in clinical teaching. Nowadays, we are moving towards simulation. So in simulation, what we usually did, we have a checklist related to that particular, skill, or we can say that particular procedure. So you can tick mark on that whether this step is done by this particular individual or not. If he or she is not able to perform that step, we can cross on that, right? So that is what that is checklist. But the I can say that the disadvantage is it only determines whether you have able to complete those that particular step or not. This is the only this is the only thing I can say that in checklist. And you are not able to evaluate the personality in that. You can't evaluate individuals' personality on the basis of checklist. For that, there is need to frame interview schedule. There is need to plan some face-to-face interviews so that you can analyze the data properly, right? So there are some restrictions on the subjects to given options also. Now, there are few characteristics of checklist. I can say that it has to be well constructed. All the items in your checklist, it has to be well constructed, and make sure it should be related to your research topic. It should be related to your research area so that you can able to meet your research objectives. Second thing, whatever the checklist you are going to frame, whatever the checklist you are going to prepare, whether it is 10, it has 10 items, 10 points, 30 points, or 50 points, make sure it has to be validated by the experts, right? Once they validate your checklist, then only you can use that checklist while collecting your data. Another thing, it should be complete, right? It has to be arranged in a logical sequence. It has to be arranged in a proper way so that you can evaluate the individual properly. And it should be short and concise. Avoid writing long sentences in checklist. Try to be short and concise. Okay, so I'm concluding my topic here. So yes, my dear friends, there are so many methods of data collection. I can say that so many methods are there. But whenever you go for any type of research, whenever you plan any research, make sure the data, the methodology, the method which you are going to select for data collection, it has to be accurate. Once it's accurate, then only you are able to collect the reliable data, the actual data, which give the meaningful outcome of your research, right? So my best wishes to everybody, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Here, I would like to float one poll for our participants. Okay, ma'am.
Please, please.
Yes, I think is the question is there in front of everybody's screen. What is the potential consequence of the Hawthorne effect in research? So you can type your answers as well in the chat box. What is the correct option? A, B, C, or D? इससे पता चलेगा
कितने लोग सो रहे थे और
कि
कितने
कितने
लोग
लोग
उठे
सो रहे
थे?
हैं और कितने लोग सुन रहे हैं. Okay, so one has clicked for the overestimation, two has done. Okay, let's see, let's see. Hurry up, quick, quick, quick. 10 ही लोग हैं मुझे लग रहा है जो जग रहे हैं, बाकी सो गए. Yes, yes, everyone. Only 15 participants have participated yet. What rest of the participants are doing? 18. Yes, very good. Last minute is going on. Biased result is there. We have to tell the potential consequence. mostly what we can see. So here we are going to end the poll in 10 seconds.
And please feel free to ask your
Yes, they
queries.
can unmute yourself also. You can turn on our video as well. It can be a healthy discussion here. So here I'm going to end the poll. And here are the results. 50% of participants has done the correct answer. Overestimation of treatment effects can be seen potentially actually because the people used to get aware of that. Thank you, those who have shared their results. And one more, I think, poll is there. It should be the first one. What is Hawthorne effect actually? What it is? Very good, very good. A type of sampling error, a type of statistical analysis, a phenomenon where people change their behavior, a research methodology to improve the productivity. You can select the correct option. पता चलेगा कितना कितना समझ में आ गया है. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. नहीं, सारे सो नहीं रहे हैं अनु मैम, काफी लोग जग रहे हैं. They were waiting
They
for the
all
right
are,
question.
they all are academicians. So they know what is Hawthorne effect.
Yes, yes, that's true, ma'am.
See, you can share your experiences also. You have conducted many researches in your areas. You can share your experience also.
Yes, dear participants, you can unmute yourself as well. You can turn on our video if you want. If you want to hide, you can stay hidden as well, but you can share your ideas. If you have any doubt, madam is there. Uh, you can resolve your queries as well. So I'm going to end the poll. 35 of the
Ma'am,
participants
I
have answered.
think, okay.
So here are the results. 83% have answered correctly. Yes, Hawthorne effect is a phenomenon where people change their behavior because they know they are being observed. जब अपनी पॉपुलेशन या सैंपल को पता चल जाता है कि हमारा ऑब्जर्वेशन हो रहा है तो समटाइम्स वो अच्छा बिहेव करने लग जाते हैं, जो कि हमारे जो डाटा रिजल्ट्स हैं उनको बायस कर देता है. थैंक यू डियर पार्टिसिपेंट्स. Yes, ma'am. We can continue now. Kanchan Bala, ma'am, over to you. You want to speak something?
Yes, ma'am. Anu ma'am, thank you so much for such an informative session. And I just want to ask a question because group is not asking, so I thought I'll ask.
Please, please,
About
please, please.
ethical consideration, ma'am. When we talk to the patients for data collection and we want their consent, sometimes they are very rigid. So it is very difficult to make them aware why we are doing that and what will be the benefit to them if they will be giving their consent to be a part of the research. But sometimes we fail. So I just wanted to ask how we can overcome these kind of challenges.
Kanchan ma'am, this is the biggest problem actually I have also faced when I've conducted researches in public health sector also. People, they are very rigid. They don't want to share their
Yes,
even a single idea with you. So the best
yes,
part which
yes.
I usually did is I again and again I visited the person. I'm doing this. I want to do with you this. This is the only thing. I maintain your confidentiality. I'm repeating my things again and again and again, waiting for the positive outcome. And I'm telling you, when you go and approach the person twice, thrice, even 10 times also, at last he or she will definitely say, Madam, aa jaiye, please. So I usually,
Ma'am, actually,
I
this. Yes, no,
usually,
I agree with you for this point.
but yes, few patients are there. They don't want to be a part of your